Hello everyone, I'm Rahul and welcome back to live drawing lessons on my YouTube channel. As you can see and know, all my lessons are absolutely free for everyone who loves to draw and want to upgrade their drawing skill. We carry on to draw the skin tone today, and we're taking the half part of the first drawing. And today we learn how to do this type of highlights into the skin and also the pores. But we not stop there, because we carry on with the tattoo text, and I will show you how to design this text same as the reference photo is. Let's get into the lesson, and if you have any questions during the process, let me know. I have a few advices for you guys so I can learn. Thank you very much, my love. So I can draw perfectly and light skin texture. My advice is sharpen your pencil twice, one in the sharpener, and the second one I'm using nail polish pad, a small one like this, and I just rotate slowly the top side of the pencil till I sharp very well, as you can see, same as a needle. I consider using a mechanical pencil in this way. So we're starting now to build the skin tone. As you can see, we have light side on the top, same as I did on this side, and we do the dark tone in the middle to make the different and shapes of the muscles of the half sleeve arm. So we're starting by shade the first layer. Remember, if you start to draw and if you work on the top side or on the up side of the paper, don't forget to cover your drawing with a blank paper. It's important to keep your drawing clean till the end, and in this way you can keep your drawing clean. To draw the first layer, as you can see, I'm going with small circular motions. You will see today we learn to work in layers to achieve more types of the tones. But remember, this is the lesson how to draw using only one pencil. So if you want to catch the first lesson, you can scroll down on my YouTube channel for the live drawing videos, and you can find the first lesson that we start with eyes. You have all the lessons so far, so you can have time to check all the lesson, and you can upgrade your drawing skill by my techniques. Now we are on the skin texture, and as you can see, I'm going into the tattoo to add the first layer of the skin. Actually, I prepared the way and the paper for smoothing and work. Good to know why I'm going with small circular motions always when I draw the skin, because it's the closest way to draw realistic skin. It will be more easy after that to shade, and I will show you my way to shade also using toilet paper. If you stay with me till the end, you will see how to do this, and you will learn new techniques. I'm here for everyone who like to draw, who want to learn and improve their drawing skill. As you can see, we have already the first part, and we have 4 letters for the first word. And now we carry on to do the same, starting with the skin. I will show you how to do also the tones for the skin. As you can see, we have shapes and the part for the vein, as you can see down on the bottom. So if you stay with me, you will see all entire process. I want to thank you to everyone for beautiful comments on my TikTok page, my group, Passion for Art on Facebook, and Instagram as well. I do these lessons, guys, for you to learn how to draw light tone and dark tone using only one pencil. And if you're here for the first time, it's about the 8B grade, because when we have to deal with dark tone, that's the perfect tone for dark tone, to don't waste too much time. So you can do only a few layers and you achieve the dark tone. But as you can see, also we need to work with light tone for some parts of the skin. I will do the first shade now, and I will show you my way to work with toilet paper. I'm using toilet paper for the first shade to smooth the paper and also soften the graphite pencil. I think we stop here because we need time to do this, so it will be long lesson maybe to achieve this part to finish. Right, my way to work with toilet paper is really simple and easy. Just follow my steps. I have the piece of toilet paper, and the toilet paper need to be bent in half. That's the first one. Again, and I achieve a square. Now I have 4 parts of the toilet paper. Okay, if you have more parts for the toilet paper becomes softer and easy to work with. I bend again so I can have a triangle. Why I do this part of the triangle? So I can work with top side of the toilet paper, which is sharp, in small parts. I'm going on this side of the paper, on the top side and also on the bottom. I'll start on the bottom because the dark tone is on the bottom, as you can see on the reference photo. How to smooth the paper? I'm going with circular motions. This time doesn't need to be small circular motions. I'm just try to cover the tooth of the paper with graphite. So this type of shade helped me to do this, smoothing the paper in the same time. But you will see later we need to come in more layers on the same process because we need to work with dark tone, same as the reference photo. Now we need to go between the two texts of the tattoo. So we're coming with the toilet paper from dark tone. And this time, because we're working on the smallest part, we need to work with small circular motions to make sure we help the graphite get into the tooth of the paper. As you can see, the shade is really good. The graphite is going into the tooth of the paper, which is good. And now, as you can see, the top side of the arm is lighter. I'm going just light with toilet paper, and I'll stop somewhere here because also I need some graphite to add these beautiful details of the highlights. If you stay with me till the end of this lesson, you will learn also how to add the highlights for the skin, looking realistic, and how to add also the pores on the skin. But we come back on the pencil and we carry on with another layer so we can do the dark tone. Now, as you can see, we need to separate this part for the vein, which is, we need to calculate the distance, how big it is. So this time you need to use your imagination and your eyes to do this. We do an outline, very light. Because this outline helped me to separate the dark tone for the light tone. We're not going more because we stop here for the drawing. As I told you, we need time today to go further with the lesson. With small circle and motions, I start to build the second layer from the part where the vein is. And slowly we learn to draw a gradient from this part of the vein down on hand. Of course, we can go with the dark tone because look at that, guys, how dark tone we have to deal here. So if you check this very well, we can do the dark tone by outlining. Of course, when we're outlining, we need to change the position of the pencil. Why? Because this time we need to add a gentle pressure on the pencil. We check the reference photo for the shape. As you can see, we need to go, we're not doing straight, yeah? We need to check for the arm and the shape. We have the outline. Now we know the dark tone is coming on this side. But there will be another lesson. Now we focus on the arm and the skin. We come back to carry on with the layer. As you can see on my drawing, I have loads of ways to keep the pencil. When I do details, I keep the normal like this. But sometimes, as you can see, I keep the pencil inside of the palm or even like this into my fingers. Depends how and where to work with the pencil. Now I will bend the pencil again to draw the vein. Once I have the vein and I'm happy with the shape of this, I'm using a big blending stump, which is number 3, and I'm going very light over with circular motions. In this way I blend this part for the skin where the vein is, and the skin become blurred. As you can see, my way of work most of the time is with small circular motions, so I can imitate the realistic skin and the texture. Now I'm happy with this, and I can go further using the pencil and add the layers till I achieve the dark tone. So I have the bottom side of the vein, and I'm going in the same with small circular motions. And as you can see, slowly I just fill the graphite rest part of the drawing, rest part of the arm. As you can see, on the bottom side we have a different tone. Hopefully you can see everything, guys. Slowly you will see we need to add another layer, but we need to be careful to do ingredient and also keep the shape of the muscles of the arm. Now I'm using the same toilet paper, this one that I used before, and I'm going with small circular motions so I can smooth again the graphite. Slowly, slowly, as you can see, we're going to the realistic texture of the skin, but we don't have the details yet. We will add also the details later, and also the pores. Because we have to deal with a dark tone than this, we're coming one more layer. We're starting from the vein, because we need to keep the same details for the vein. Here we're not working with the pressure on the pencil, we're working very light, and we build layers by layers. I do again the blend using blending tool number 3. This one. And with small circular motions, we repeat the same steps. Why I'm going with small circular motions, so I can push a little bit graphite on the top side to prepare for the gradient. Now I'm using again pencil, and maybe for the last time we draw another layer. This time we're coming from the dark tone, close to the vein. I do in the same way. I keep the small circular motions, but this time I'm going very close to the line, so I can draw like a 3D. If you add the shadow where the hand is finished, that means we do like a round part for the arm. Slowly, slowly we add the graphite close to the vein into the lighter area. Now for this part we just need to add the pores and the details. Ți-am că dacă unde să ieși la pijos, mai asculta, nu? Mersi. Pe bune, Adi.
Dacă mânca ceva și ci vorrà lasciare un tavolino, no? Gli passa male l'iPhone nostro. Ci vediamo mani.
Now I'm looking for the shadows, and I build the shadows by the dark tone. And with small circular motions, I'm coming now from the vein to the bottom area. Actually, I'm looking to go with lighter tone in the middle of this part. I'm coming with toilet paper to smooth again. I'm starting from the vein part. And with circular motions, I push the graphite into the tips of the paper. Now it's no problem if you add a little bit graphite outside when you shade, because as you can see in the reference photo, we have to deal with dark tone. I'm coming now to add the tone on the top side. And as you can see, again, I'm going with small circular motions, so I can be close with a realistic skin tone. Now, because I want to keep this vein look very realistic, I'm not touching the graphite with the dark tone here. I will let a little bit highlight that part in the middle. We need to be careful for the position of the pencil. Now we need to bend the pencil to smooth light. We don't need any pressure on the pencil now. Now after the shade, and we're using again the toilet paper because we're working on a bigger part of the drawing, we can use toilet paper for smoothing. But also you will see the part for the vein looking realistic. So we design it in this way even if we shade with the toilet paper. I will show you how to do. Let's see how to smooth this skin tone, preparing for work, which is the pores and the details. I can use the same toilet paper, but this time I have to deal with lighter tones, so I need the clean side of the toilet paper. I'm using the second one. I have inside, so I just turn over the toilet paper side. And with the same technique with circular motions, I'm helping and smoothing the graphite also. But as you can see, I'm going very close with the vein texture, so I keep this one to don't lose the line. I'm working this portrait on Canson Bristol paper, 250 GSM, pure white, smooth, very smooth. So if you want to work on the same paper, you can find this paper on Amazon, and you can find also the link on my YouTube in the description of art supply of introduction video. Now I need to carry on to do the gradient, which is the rest part of the arm, which is not visible on the photo. The photo is finished here, so as you can see, I need to improve the rest part of the skin. But I'm going light with another layer so I can change the tone to build the gradient. Anyway, this part of the hand is shadowed from the second arm. That's why we need to do the dark tone. With the same toilet paper, we're staying on circular motions and we're smoothing the rest part of the graphite. As you can see now, I'm losing with the first part and I build a gradient. I have from dark to light. I'm going now light over this. I don't think so we need another layer. The tone should be alright because we do the light details later. So just a little bit with soft toilet paper. I'm coming over this part of the vein on the shape. As you can see, nothing happened. Just change the tone for the skin in this part. I'm not looking for white side, I'm looking for light gray. Now we need to build the shape for the hand muscles, and we have to deal again with more tones. As you can see, down here we have dark tone, a little bit dark tone, and it's changing again into the white. So again we need to apply the gradient technique. You will see slowly we need to lighten the tone from dark on the top side of the arm where it's lighter. Look at that now, at the position of the pencil for the shade and also for the technique. When I have the color of the tone that I'm looking for, I start to shade again using toilet paper. In that way, help me to smooth the paper and also soften the skin. Before to add the shade, I'm looking to add dark tone on half part of this, so I can build also the muscle part, or the part for the muscle. And as you can see, if I repeat the layers, I'm changing the tone straight away. We don't lay like this. You will see later we need to mix the tones between them to achieve the gradient, same as the reference photo is in gradient. So if you stay with me till the end, I will show you how to do the gradient very easy way. By shade. Now I'm using toilet paper again. And the last part, we do the top side of the arm. Now I really need a very good sharp part of the toilet paper, so I have this, and I turn for the clean side. And I build another triangle like this, and I have again clean top side of the toilet paper. As you can see, half part of this is dark tone and half is light. I'm going first on a dark tone. In this way I can achieve, and I take a little bit graphite on the toilet paper. Slowly, slowly I'm going close to the lighter tone. But as you can see, the paper becomes smooth. Now you can see the difference between this, same as reference photo, but slowly, slowly we need to mix with a lighter tone. So we're coming now to shade the lighter tone. And as you can see, slowly, slowly we're going same as the reference photo for the shape of the muscle and the arm. With circular motions, I combine these tones together and I build a gradient. You need to be patient when you layering, when you shade. You need to be careful if you have also design on the skin. We do the later rest part of the skin tone. After we finish with the top side, we take care of the tattoo and we carry on with the writing. Now as you can see, I have graphite on the toilet paper. I'm using this for the top side. Why? Because it's lighter. How to do this? I'm going forwards and backwards, pushing the graphite into the lighter area. I'm not worried if I'm going over the outline of the tattoo. I will rebuild them. But as you can see, we have to deal again with vein, a part here, and same. We're working with 8B grade. We check for the letter, and we're using again imagination, and it's like 1 centimeter top of the H, and it's finished to T. I have T here, and I have H here. So the vein should be like this. We designed the vein, how is it? I'm going light with this outline. If you remember, when you draw this type of the vein, looking 3D, we're working light. You will see later how to do these beautiful details, making the hand looking very realistic. Now we take care of the vein and the shape and shadows of the arm. It's not really dark tone on this side, so I'm not coming with more layers, because the tone, it will be changed by the blending stump. Again, I'm working with blending stump number 3. And with small circular motions and with light touching, I just blend and smooth this part. As you can see, become blurred. That's another detail, important detail. And as you can see, we built this light part for the vein. Sorry, you can't see in the tablet. I will go down here, and we have this one, and we have the bottom one. Slowly, I'm adding the graphite, building the gradient from the vein to the rest part of the skin. I'm going with small circular motions. Remember, if you work with 8B grade, use a piece of sandpaper or nail polish pad to resharp and use the pencil as a needle. Now I'm looking for the shadows who build the arm. I'm using again toilet paper. This part I need to be careful because it's not big part, it's small one. Again, I need clean toilet paper side. So I have enough this, otherwise I can change with a brand new toilet paper. Now you will see this part. I will show you how I use toilet paper to do this part of the vein, to smooth this part of the vein and the skin. As you can see, you know already this part of the toilet paper. I will take a brand new one, the clean, and I will show you how to work with toilet paper. So, we bend the toilet paper in half. Again. And we have the square. I build a triangle, I divide the toilet paper in half, and also I build a triangle. Again, I need to build a triangle, but this time smaller, so I can have the middle line. Now, look at that, I just add the top side of both corners. And again, I achieve a square. Now we need to bend this part of the toilet paper, and I will keep the toilet paper from the top, and I have a very hard part of the toilet paper here, but very smooth also because it's about the toilet paper. I'm going with this forwards and backwards over the vein drawing or the vein shapes. As you can see, I change the tone, but in the same time smoothing the paper. Now I can add the rest part of the shadows. Lighter, of course, because on the top side arm is about a light tone. I think it's good to know how I'm using the toilet paper, and as you can see, I'm using in more ways. I need soft toilet paper for shade when I do the first layers, and I need to change with the harder part of the toilet paper, and you know already how I bend the toilet paper. Now it's time to add the details and the effect on the skin. We're starting with, I just need to add a little bit more shadows here. So as you can see, we have to deal with more shadows here. But we can do the shadows later after we have the tattoo as well, so it's not a problem. And just add another light layer over, so I can build this. I'm checking where R this is, to the end of the R, and it's close to the H. I'm staying on the same technique, very light, with small circle emotions. Now I can use again the harder part of the toilet paper with small circle emotions. We smooth this side of the skin. As you can see, also we build a gradient mixed together with the rest part of the skin, which is very good. Come riesci a cercare capire? Non capire adesso cosa ti vuoi. Look at that, guys. We have a gradient, but we have shadowed part of the arm, which is going close to the realism. Same as the reference photo, we have the vein of the top and also the rest part of the shadows. If we need darker tone than this, but I'm afraid not, because this is about the LCD and this is about the paper. When I finish with the tattoo, you will see we're going almost close with the tone with the reference photo. Now I will show you how to add the pores. My way to do the pores is using Faber-Castell eraser pencil, which is this. You can find this one on Amazon. Also check for the art supplier introduction video and you can find this eraser link. I'm starting from the bottom because we have to do some pores on the bottom and we need to finish also with this part. And I'm dotting. Now I need to be careful, and also I need to have a big and strong patience to do this, because I need to have to deal with loads of dots. Why? Because I try to imitate the realistic skin. Same as the reference photo is. You can use Tombow Mono Zero eraser if you don't have this eraser, but I will highly recommend this eraser. Some of the artists have already this eraser, so it's very important to have a good eraser for pouring when you draw portraits, you need to add pores on the skin and also highlights. Of course, same as if you work with eraser into the dark tone, you will get some graphite on the top side. My way is to clean through my fingers for the first time. If I'm happy with this, I can carry on, or I can resharp again this eraser pencil. By the way, you can use a blank paper and try to move eraser on the paper. In this way you will get rid of the graphite, which is good. You clean the eraser. I carry on with the dots. I need to do very closer, one by one. As you can see, I'm going very light with eraser over the dark tone, and I'm just lighting for the pores. When I finish with this part, I need to think about the details. I'm coming again with a pencil, not before, to clean this side, because if you work with eraser, you must clean the mess. Always keep your drawing clean till the end, so get rid of the mess. Now with the same pencil, I'm checking for the parts where the dark tone is, like dots or marks. I have also on the vein side, and I'm going with dotting this side. This is the most important part, when you dot through the pores. Now I'm checking to be the same with the reference photo where the shadows are and the marks, and I have through the AAN, so I have 1, 2, 3 and 1 on the bottom. I'm checking where the letters are, and I do on the vein very light dots. You will see when I'm smoothing with blending stump, I will cover this part for the vein. Ti respiras a gromanzo? Vou fugir para os. Now I have another small part, and it is O-U-T. Is into the O and U in the middle. So I'm checking on the tattoo where is this part, and it's something like here. I'm going very light. As you can see, guys, I will teaching you and I will show you. It's very important thing to use imagination for realistic drawing. If you want to become a professional artist, use imaginations a lot. To do these small, very small and tiny dots, use a sandpaper to resharpen your pencil. Okay, now I'm using to blend. I need something to blend this. How to do the blend? I'm using blending stone. I'm not staying to blend all dots one by one. I will use number 3 blending stone. It's about just a few shadows. And I'm going again on number 3, the big one. And I just smooth the parts for the dots. As you can see, I need to be careful to not cover everything that I erase for the pores. I'm going only on the shadows. Nothing happened, just we smooth close to the reference photo shadows. I'm not looking for very white dots as I have here. I need to cover a little bit and smooth this part. So for this I'm using a brush. And I think this brush should be alright to smoothing the skin. And we're going with long movement of the brush over the pores. As you can see, lightly they become light gray. But also we need to keep the shadows where they are. This brush is perfect to smooth the skin tone. So you can find this on Amazon or any shop. I think so. It's a makeup brush. Now we're talking about the tattoo, and we start to add the first layer. We're using the same pencil, but before to do this I need to resharp. So I'm using manual sharpener, Derwent, in my case, because this sharpener helped me to sharp longer the pencil, not like a normal pencil. Adică nu creion care vrei de acolo. O care îi numerești, poți? Uite, Tombo ai. Care? Cine care? Tombo. I want to show you the difference between the sharpeners, which are very important. Look at that, this pencil, I will put here on the white so you can see, and this pencil, how is better sharp, yeah, is a big difference. So Faber-Castell I can use easier for detailing because it's sharp longer, and I'm using Derwent manual sharpener. Also you have on TikTok page a short video about the sharpener, but you can find the sharpener on Amazon on the same link. But I have this pencil sharp with different sharpener, which is very important. Try to find longer sharpeners for your pencils. Now we need to carry on from IS. So we're starting with the dots for the eye, and I'm going with small circle emotions. This time I need to move the paper to keep the drawing clean. will keep like this, should be alright for my hand because I want to keep this part of the paper clean. And with small circular motions we do the first layer, light, without any pressure. Of course, we use again imagination for the shape of the dot. We need to be close with this, so we're going on the same way. We start with I. We do the outline first. And if you're happy with the outlines, you can add more layers to change the tone of the writing. As you can see, because I have longer the top side of the pencil, it's much easier to do this layering process. I'm coming one more layer because anyway we're talking about the dark tone on this part. But I'm staying on a small circular motions because I want to be close with the skin tone texture. Now we need to design, and after the design we're coming with a blend. You come with a blend only if you're happy with the design made. There's no reason to blend the first layer if you don't have the design yet. I will design the S as well, so I can have to blend more. As you can see, I'm going with small circular motions without any pressure. Again, we're using imagination for the shape of the letters. And only after we're happy with the shape and the design, we're coming with a dark tone. As you can see, I'm adding now the dark tone, building another layer. It's about the 8B, don't worry. It's the perfect pencil for add the dark tone. You will see if you layer in more, it will be more easy to add the dark tone if you work with 4, 6, 8B and also higher, depend on the situation with the different pencils. I'm happy with the design, and this time I need to change the number of bending stone because I'm working gentle with the small parts, and I have number 2. With small circular motions, I blur this part of the writing. I'm pushing a little bit graphite from the letter outside so I can blur this, making the skin texture realistic. Now I'm going on S, doing the same technique. Depends how dark you need to go, you can come back for the pencil to another layer. I'm going light, build another layer, but now only in the middle of the letters. Of course we need to add a few dots, small dots inside where the skin is, changing the tone of the skin as well. Now we need to be careful how tone is round of the letter, and I'm going with small circular motions, building the rest part of the skin. I'm happy with the letters of the tattoo, and now I need to finish the skin part. When you're happy with the skin tone, you can blend this or shade using toilet paper. We're talking about the part for the skin. We can use very easy toilet paper. Again, I will build another toilet paper because I need a clean one and also the sharp so I can get into the small parts. With small circular motions, I smooth this part for the skin. That means I prepare the skin for the pores. And also I can do very smooth shadows. Now it's looking perfect, and now I will show you how to pour in the skin and also how to add the details. I'm starting using again the same pencil to add the dots close to the letter, around the letters. We need to do the skin close to the reference photo, so we follow all necessary steps. We learn to draw photorealistic drawings step by step using my techniques. Of course, during the process, don't forget to clean eraser to add again more pores. Depends how big part you're drawing. Of course, down on the bottom is about the same skin. We need to do the same texture. Am deja 7:20. Păi mai mare lecția asta. Same as I did down on the bottom, I will smooth with that brush because I'm not looking for white side of the pores, I'm looking for light gray. Same as the reference photo is, we do the same, we're using the same technique. Remember, not before to clean the paper. Why? Because we have some parts of the graphite with eraser there. I'm using the same brush, and now very smooth I'm going over the skin, change the value of the color. I'm looking for light gray, so this brush helped me to smooth this exactly for the color that I'm looking for. I will push to the highlights rest of the graphite with this brush so I can build the layer for the highlights. We will finish the lesson soon, so I would like to thank you everyone who checked my videos. Now it's time to work with Tombow Mono Zero eraser to do this part of the highlights. It's very important to know how to do this. So I get this part of the highlighted part here closer. And starting from the top, I need to lining with eraser. Why? To do this part of the skin. This is going for the realistic texture, same as reference photo is. We now stop here because I want to show you how to make this one with the tone into the highlights. That will be the last part of the lesson, and I want to thank you everyone for your support. As you can see, I'm using this eraser only on the top side where the highlights are. And down when I need the pores, I'm using Faber-Castell eraser pencil because I do the perfect round pores. Remember guys, Cover your drawing with a blank paper if you want to keep your drawing clean till the end. Sharp very well your pencils. Clean the paper during the process if you work with erasers. And check my YouTube lessons for any videos. I have more lessons, so you can check for anything you like to learn. We need to clean the paper because we use eraser. We have mess again. I'm using this big brush, very soft, and I just do 1-2 times and I clean the paper. And now we need to do the details on the skin. We need again a very good sharp pencil. I will show you this time how I do this so I can work very light dots. I'm using this nail polish pad and I resharp this pencil, make the pencil as a needle, sharp as a needle. This part is very important for me because I need very good sharp pencil. Now, as you can see, I need to add a little bit light gray tone into the highlights. How to do this? I'm checking where the highlights are in the reference photo, and straight away on the right side of the highlights I do the dark tone, the tone. So as you can see, like this, I'm going very light because we're working with light tone. I can do it even for the pores, which are into the highlights, very light ones. And this type of the detailing is going for the hyper-realistic drawing. I need to take a lot of time to check how the skin is, everything by the proportions. If I want to do close to the reference photo. I will finish this lesson here by blend this part, and we're using the smallest blending stump we have. In my case, number 1 or number 2. Up in here, Mama. Here. This blending stump is very small, so this helped me to blur this part of the dots, very light ones. I'm going over the shadows, and I need to be careful to don't cover the highlights. Thank you very much for your time, guys. Again, thank you for your patience with me on the lessons, and if you want to learn more, come with me and follow when I'm live for more lessons. I will finish this drawing on YouTube channel, this portrait, using only one pencil, and is about the 8B grade. And I will show you every time how to work with light tone and dark tone. Bye bye now and have a nice weekend. Da, m-a trecut timpul, mama.